Hey y'all, woo! Y'all just don't know. I have missed you, I've missed you. I hope you'll join me. I'm about 10 minutes late. I actually was trying to locate a few things for the live. I found everything. I still haven't completely unpacked my craft room. But y'all, we're back. We are back. And I'm glad you're joining me on this Thursday afternoon. I'm trying to clean my glasses so I can see everybody. I hope y'all are all doing good. We're going to be working on a fabric tumbler today. So I'm going to give everybody a few minutes to pop on board. When we get to 15, you know I start, whether the people are here or not. But that gives me an idea that I at least got 15 people I can talk to. And we're there. If somebody could please send me a comment, let me know that you're here. Just so I know my comments are working, because I have missed y'all and I want to see what everybody has to say, okay? Now, I'm sweating profusely. I got a good attitude, but I'm still hurting a little bit from surgery, and I'm still real hoarse. We had some problems with anesthesia, and I'm still trying to get over that. Trevor! Woo woo! There's my man. I am feeling good, feeling good. There's Debbie, Deneen. All right. I am so glad everybody's here. Brenda, come on with it. Let's get going, guys, okay? Hey, Jennifer. I'm so glad y'all are here. Is it Aaliyah? Hey, hey. All right, guys, so listen. The only thing that I could not locate, I'm gonna lean to the side just as best I can. I want y'all to see my craft room in the back. Now, listen. Woo, you can't even see over my rolls. Look, I ain't even unpacked. Y'all, the only thing I packed up is my child's glitter. Y'all got to see this. You know I got 3 kids. Them kids are going in. They in the other room, though. They can't come to the kitchen. I mean, we're not in the kitchen no more, y'all. So, look. This is all I did get packed up. This is all my child's glitter. Let me move this. Y'all look. I gotta move this. I made sure they're in their own special bucket. I'm going to Glitter Anonymous is what I'm going to be entering soon. So y'all just y'all gotta pray for me a little bit. All right, what we're gonna do? I could not locate my fabric box, but I do have fabric that we are gonna use. Just so you know, you can use any type of fabric. You can use t-shirt material. You can use your material you buy from Walmart. There's several sites on Etsy that sell fabric. You can go there, okay? I'm going to actually use an old bag. We don't use this bag, and my husband wants a tumbler with this on it. It's run in the sun. They have it at Myrtle Beach every year. It's something he loves, but I'm going to be taking the year off of this one. I've got 2 dogs fighting under my feet. The only people that can make it to the craft room, because I got it blocked, are the dogs. But they are miraculous little creatures. Stop it. All right, so we're going to get going. I'm going to show you what we're going to use. I'm going to tell you about a couple different ways you can do these, okay? Be honest with you, I haven't done that many fabric tumblers. Probably 50, maybe 50. So that's not a lot. So I'm not perfect. But I have kind of learned some little tricks along the way, and I want to share that with you, okay? Hey, Jennifer. Let's see. Who? Ashley, Vicky. Hey, y'all. I saw somebody else. Alan K, Shauna. No more kitchen, y'all, but I'm the same old country girl. Look, I'm not living in Pickens, South Carolina anymore. I'm living in a town called Slabtown. It's kind of between Anderson, South Carolina, Pickens, Greenville, Seneca, Clemson. I'm in the middle of it. It's a little town called Slabtown. Where? Honest to goodness. My physical address is Liberty, South Carolina. Kind of like Liberty Bell. But that's where I'm at. So we're going to keep going, guys. All right? These are a few things you're going to need. And when I say you don't have to have this, or you if I say and or, that means you could use either one, okay? Just want you to understand there's different ways to go about these fabric tumblers. So, I brought in a few things. To do the fabric tumbler, of course I'm sweating, y'all. It is 162 degrees in South Carolina. And we're getting ready to get a storm on top of that. Just being honest with you. Let me find something real quick. I'm going to pull me out a cup out of one of these boxes. See what we got here. We're going to see what the luck of the draw is today. We're just going to pick one. Oh, we got a 20-ounce skinny. Okay? This is made by Hog. It's a 20-ounce skinny. Just letting you know I got these off of Stainless Steel Depot. They're a great place, great source to go. Some of their cups right now are sold out, and it's mainly like the sippy cups, the smaller wine cups. Okay? Hey, Vicki. Hey, Nicole. Hey, Kelly. My voice is still real hoarse, so if I sound funny, I do not have the COVID. had some anesthesia trouble. They had to re-intubate me, and they tore my throat a little bit. So I'm a little bit hoarse, but I'm doing good. I'm sweating profusely because I'm still in pain. But y'all, I'm so happy. I got 150 people on here on a Thursday at 5 o'clock. And people supposed to be cooking dinner, including me. Okay? Hey, Patricia from Columbia. All right, guys, 20-ounce tumbler. You're going to need some type of tumbler. Being honest with you, if you're just starting out, get you something that's the same size all the way around. If you're just starting. It's a little more difficult to do the modern curves, the ones that have the little bend right there. They're doable. Trust me, I've done them. They're just a little harder to work with. Hey, Sheila. Whoop, whoop. Hey. Hey, Jasmine. So try and start out with something that's about the same all the way around, okay? You're going to need some type of an adhesive, okay? You can either use Loctite adhesive spray. I learned this by accident because my Mod Podge got spilt by my grandchildren, and they thought it was paint, and they painted all over my kitchen floor. Not here at the old house, but you can use this to put your first piece of fabric on. Only downfall to Loctite adhesive spray is it's super sticky and it gets on your fingers, and if you're not very careful, you're going to transfer the sticky to the front side. So you have to be really careful when working with this, okay? Casey says she loves fabric tumblers. I'll be honest with y'all. Fabric tumblers are super, super easy. I just don't have a lot of orders for them, and I've telling them earlier, I've only done about 50 of them. You can do them with any kind of material. So that's what's really cool. Say somebody has their dad's t-shirt. You can, and he's passed away. Those are mainly the ones I've done. I've put their dad's t-shirt that they wore, a Harley Davidson shirt or something, and made a fabric tumbler out of them. So that's a real great gift idea. If you do fairs or jockey lots or any way that you sell these things, you can kind of advertise that and say, I sell memorial tumblers. We can either do a glitter tumbler, or we can do smoke effect tumbler, or I can do a fabric tumbler if you've got something that belonged to them. You'd be surprised how many people go for that, okay? I am doing it, y'all. Barbara, Doreen, Nicole, Lori, Abby. If I haven't called your name, I saw it. But I want to keep talking. But I'm glad to be back, guys, okay? So if you're not going to use the spray adhesive, remember the only downfall is if you get it on your fingers and you put your fingers on top of the fabric, it can transfer there because this stuff's super, super sticky. But you can use this for the first part, which means you would be spraying this on the cup to put your fabric on. It's very easily workable with. You just got to be careful not to get it on your fingers. I also have Mod Podge. Now, somebody asked me one time, they got 14 kinds of Mod Podge, okay? And they do. I haven't quite found a difference in them. I do typically go to the dishwasher safe, only because to me, if it's dishwasher safe, then it's water safe and blah, 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 blah. Don't know why. Don't really know the difference. Couldn't tell you the difference. They're all, when you read them, they're all water-based sealer, blue finish. They're all the same when you read them. I haven't really found a difference, but they have a gloss Mod Podge. They have a hard coat Mod Podge, which is what I'm going to use today. Okay. And then they do have a dishwasher safe Mod Podge. If you're using acrylic cups, this would be great. I don't know if y'all are telling your customers not to put it in the dishwasher, but the epoxy can crack if they're using a heat cycle. Just saying. I've seen it happen. I had it happen to one of my personal cups. I wanted to just see if it would crack because I was telling people it would crack, but I didn't know for sure. So I stuck it in the dishwasher just so I could say, from experience, I know it will crack. Okay? Cassandra, Nicole, Amber, y'all welcome. Other things you're going to need for this cup, okay? Some type of a paintbrush. This, honestly, in a pinch, and I'm looking around this room, I have to let y'all see this crazy. This room is crazy. I got boxes everywhere. But you'll need some type of a brush for your Mod Podge, okay? Other things that are helpful, but not necessary, but they are helpful. You need something to cut your fabric, whether it be scissors, if you want to use some scissors. I used to work somewhere and we use these big old fabric scissors and they're amazing. Some people use an X-Acto knife. I do not have the cap off. Hold on just a second. I don't cut myself. An X-Acto knife, this is actually just a Cricut. Some people use different ones. Or you can use a rotary cutter, okay? Just for an example, I got this one off of Amazon, okay? When it's in safety lock like this, you can squeeze the handle, nothing comes out. When it's off safety and you squeeze the handle, it comes out. Now that blade is sharp enough to cut through your fabric, okay? I think I paid $12.99 for this, something like that, $12.95. But they are great, okay? I haven't caught one of your lives in a while. Did you move? I did move, Miss Bridget. I am living in about 20 minutes away from my old house. So I have moved. Yes, ma'am. All right, so we are going to... I hear the baby's coming. Hey, baby. All right, the only other thing that is useful, not necessary, but useful, okay? You might be able to see them babies coming in the door back there. These things, if you have not used one of these, they're amazing. Has anybody seen these? I'm looking to see if anybody's seen these real quick. Hey, Joyce. Hey, Emily. Hey, Bridget. Y'all welcome, welcome, okay? This is called a cup edge tool. What you do, and I haven't even put mine together. It just came in the mailbox because my other one tore up. My other one tore up because my husband put it in a bucket and found it and thought it was something. It had a razor in it and he didn't know what it was, so he threw it in a bucket with oil and it ruined it. So, all you have to do, I keep picking over my shoulder because I hear Mama's here. Mama's is here to get the babies. Mama's is here. Take a straight razor. You'll undo these little screws. It's got a Phillips head on one side and you use pliers on that side. Put your straight edge in there. And what you do, what this is wonderful for, I'm not going to use it today, but I want you to know these are amazing, okay? You put this cup on here, lay it on a flat surface, the razor touches it. You spin the cup slowly, and you have to have it on a flat edge so you're not messing up. But when you turn, it cuts your fabric straight in a line, okay? These things are awesome. They are awesome. If you're doing vinyl work, if you have your first coat of epoxy on there, I've actually used it for this, and I'm just going to tell you all about it. You know, I've showed y'all how to clean the edges, where you do the sanding, and you use the razor, and you kind of take everything down, use a heat gun to get it warm if you can't get it off, or it's sticking, and you're afraid it's going to pull your glitter off, okay? But this thing, you can actually flip and do the same thing if you're a taper. Okay, if you tape your cups and you're worried that you waited too long on your epoxy and you didn't pull your tape in time, you can put this on top on a flat surface, roll it around with the razor attached, and it will cut a perfect line for you. I actually made a little score mark in this cup without the razor on it. So these things are amazing. I want to say it was about 20 bucks. I got this on Amazon. There are other companies selling these, and they're upwards to $30 and $40, but that's the brand of it. I will put a link at the top when the tutorial's over and let you know where exactly I got it on Amazon so you can find it. It comes with refillable blades and a little instruction sheet. Tight little package and you're good to go. So some type of a cutting tool, some type of an adhesive. And of course your cup, a paintbrush, and your fabric. Okay? And you're ready to go. So we're going to get going. Let me look and see if we have... Isn't that awesome, y'all? This is called a cup edging tool. Cup edging tool. Okay? Okay. Hey. Sorry, hold on, guys. I was telling Bella and them, this has got to help me for just a few minutes. All right. I love you.
I love you too.
All right. All right. There goes Lucas and Mommy. They're going out the door. Y'all made it to the live, girl. You made it to the live. All right. Here we go. We're going to get started. This is going to be not measured to spec because I have already measured this. Let me show you something. It's not going to be wide enough. My seams, I'm not going to be able to see, are right here. Okay? This may or may not go around my cup. We're going to experiment. For a 20 ounce, I don't have my cheat sheet. I'm going to actually attach my cheat sheet to the top of this link when this video is over also. I have a cheat sheet, okay? The cheat sheet tells you if you have a 20 ounce skinny, how much your fabric needs to be wide to go around the cup and how long. Now it may fluctuate because if you find a 20 ounce skinny from a different vendor other than Hog or Stainless Steel Depot, and I found some, sometimes there's like a quarter to a half inch off on their cup height. Don't know why a 20 ounce should be a 20 ounce, but I have found that, okay? So I'm going to attach that also. It's going to tell you for a 20 ounce, a 22 ounce fatty, a 30 ounce standard. Do you know they have a 30 ounce fatty now, guys? A 30 ounce fatty. The most incredible cup you have ever seen. And I'm trying to see if I got... Y'all, I want y'all to see this cup. I got to show you this cup, then we're going to get back to our tumbler. I just found these on Stainless Steel Depot. Y'all know I love me a fatty cup. Look at this cup. Compared to a 20 ounce, it's only a half inch bigger. Of course, the base is huge because it's a fatty. But that's a 30 ounce fatty, y'all. Got it from Hog. Actually, not Hog, but Stainless Steel Depot. Amazing! But I have the width and height for these two for a fabric tumbler. It's got got like a little cheat sheet. You can print it off, save it as a picture, and print it off, and you'll have it. I've got me a little cheat notebook that I've had since I started that tells me how much epoxy for this. Once you learn it, you kind of remember. But how much epoxy, cup size decals, t-shirt decals, things like that, so you don't have to constantly go back and bring it up or try and research it, okay? All right, 20 ounce skinnies are hard to find, Tracy. I have noticed that lately. This one I said was a hog, and it's not, and I'm trying to remember where I bought it. There was another glitter site that has tumblers, and I'll have to look at that and see who it was, and if I can find it, I will go back and list that too, okay? They had some tumblers. It doesn't say hog. It does have a little sticker here. I have taken the sticker off just because y'all know I'm nosy and curious, and we'll see what's under there. There is no hole, so you don't have to worry about it. It's just kind of ugly. So I usually spray paint over that, and I've had no problems with it, okay? So just remember, sometimes they can be off about 1/4 inch. So if you cut your fabric, you need to have, does anybody have fabric tape measures? The real, like, cloth ones that fold out? That's how I got all mine. I started measuring them and writing them down. But that's what I would do, okay? Hey, Lisa. Hey, Betty. All right, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut seam to seam. This is an old bag. You can use t-shirts. You can use fabric you get at Walmart. You can use fabric from Michael's or Hobby Lobby. You can order it off of Etsy. Y'all, there's some great sites on Etsy for fabric. It's awesome. So this is just an old bag we don't use. You can tell it's probably been used the one day we bought it at the car show. But my husband thought it would be really cool to have this on a shirt. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flatten it out. And y'all aren't going to be able to see me cut. But I am going to do my cup up here where you can see it. Okay? So all I'm doing right now is I'm going down. The cuts don't have to be perfect. I'm using some large fabric scissors. Because remember, we're going to be trimming this to size. So I've just cut it. Once we get it kind of wrapped around the cup and we know where we're going. Okay. Going to the other seam and then going to come up. I wanted y'all to see that these things are not as tedious as everybody says they are. Okay. Some people, now I've got a cutting mat here. I'm going to be honest with you. I can get tedious sometimes. And when I'm doing a cut for somebody, I usually really get real down and dirty into it, okay? This is just a fabric tumbler. It's called a forgiving mat. It's flexible. I don't know if you can see that, so I'm going to hold it up. It's flexible, but it's a self-healing rotary cutting mat. You do not have to have these. I just happen to have it here, and when you use your rotary knife on it, it kind of self-heals itself. It doesn't cut through, or if it does cut through, it kind of closes back over. It's great. It has all your measurements on it. Okay? This thing was like $9 on Amazon. I'm crazy about some Amazon if you can't tell already. Okay? So I've got my little piece of fabric, but I still got the handle, so I'm going to cut the top off. Okay? Alright. I'm just cutting off the handle part. Y'all aren't missing nothing. I hope everybody's been doing good. I've missed y'all. Missed y'all. Woo woo. In case some of you didn't know, y'all know I had some surgery, okay? And I'm trying to do better. I still sound like I've been playing bingo too long or something. Like been sitting somewhere in a bar smoking because my voice is cracking. But that's where they had some issues, okay? So I'm going to show you what I'm looking at. So, this is my piece of fabric. And like I said, look at my edges. I want y'all to look. It does not have to be perfect or straight. And I'm going to tell you why. Because when we get it on this cup, I'm going to have a little lip right there, okay? And you're definitely got a lip on the bottom. So we're not worried about how straight it is. What I'm trying to do is to kind of line up the cup to see exactly where it would be, to where I can see. It's going to be big enough to go around, guys. Where I can see the words once this is cut off. Can you see that? Okay. So I'm going to be able to see the words. This is going to be plenty long enough. We're not going to cut it right now. We cut it after we stick it on. I may trim up this little piece because that's a real good straight line right there. Look. Ooh, we might just trim that just a hair. Okay. And then we're going to do the top and the bottom. We could actually use the cutter if y'all can tolerate me taking it apart in front of you, okay? Hey, Chris! Hey, Susan! This is not a t-shirt. This is an old bag that I had. Like one of them totes you get at car shows and stuff like that. We don't use it, so I cut this off. You can do these with t-shirts. You can use any type of fabric, okay? Any type of fabric you want. And they're great for memorials. If you have somebody who's passed away, using one of their shirts, or I had one lady who wanted his work shirt. It had oil stains on it and everything, but it was his shirt that he wore every day, and they wanted that on the cup. So you can use t-shirt material, okay? Y'all, I'm sweating. Look. I got natural light. Ain't no more light coming from the ceiling, y'all. Y'all remember how bad it was? You couldn't see nothing when I was doing. All right, let's get going. I could talk to y'all all day long. I could talk to y'all all day long. All right, Tracy. Handkerchiefs do. I actually have done one with a bandana. The ones you wear on your hat or your hair, because I usually wear it to hold all this whatever that is. I usually put on top of my head. Y'all don't laugh, I ain't done my roots yet. Look, number 100 was out. So it's coming. My hair will look better. Hair will look better later. For you hairdressers who do this on the side, I'm just telling you, can't afford it. It's a box 100 from Walmart. $7.97. All right, let's see what else y'all got to say. Tammy, welcome. Kristen, I'm so glad y'all are all here. All right, here we go, guys. Let's get going. I've just talked too much. I get so happy with you guys. Remember, I'm using the Mod Podge. This is the hard coat. They do make other styles. We went over that at the beginning. If you're just joining us, okay, you can, and you're new to the group. If you go back to the very top of the page, there's a search bar. You can hit search and then type in Bridget Hicks Reese. And it'll bring up all the tutorials I've done, okay? And I do these for y'all. I do it because I love y'all. I have fun doing them. It's nothing I get paid for or nothing. I just love doing these to help y'all. Nobody helped me in the beginning, and I want to help you. If you can't find them there, if you scroll under the first top block of advertisement that we do or somebody that we're promoting at the time, underneath that, there's little tabs like links, and one of them will say my tutorials, okay? So you can find them either place. We've got several on there. We've lost some somehow, but you can go on there and find a bunch to watch, okay? All right, guys. Hey, Kristen. Hey, Carolyn. How can I follow you? Somebody told me that when you come on to the live, somewhere at the bottom, there's a button that shows up on the right-hand side that says follow. And you can follow me there, so that way every time. But I do try to go on in the morning or sometime prior to coming on. It didn't happen today because y'all, this is my first time back in, I believe, 2.5, 3 weeks. But I'm going to try. This is my goal. I'm not advertising or saying anything. You can find me on YouTube as Bridget Reese. It's a very small thing. All that's on YouTube is going to be the tutorials I've done for this group. It's something that I kind of promised myself when I started doing this. I'm not doing this to come all famous because I'm kind of shy, really. But you can find them on YouTube. I am going to start doing some tutorials on Childs and Childs page. If you're friends with Childs and Childs, we have talked about that. They have a masterminds, and I've completely drawn a blank. Childs and Childs tumblers and masterminds. Got it. And then I'm also going to be doing some tutorials on Micomania for You, who is run by Vaughn Perry, who is an admin for this group. And LaDonna White has just started her new business. I want to throw this shout out in. She's got a glitter company now, guys. She's only doing glitter. She's not going to do we go to Micomania we go to Micomania for our mica powders. And so there'll be lives everywhere. If you're a member of other groups, you can find me, okay? All right, guys. 20-ounce tumbler. Now, when you work with Mod Podge, if you have never before, super easy to use. Don't have to worry about a mess. Actually really fun. It does wash off if you do it right. You can wash it off. But you got to work fast. That's the only unfortunate thing about Mod Podge, okay? I'm going to shove this. I got this from Dollar Tree, if anybody's asking. It used to have fins on it. But I'm going to do this so that I don't have to touch the cup once I get going, okay? All right, so we're going to start painting this real quick. We are not going to worry about the bottom because I'm not going to have any fabric stuck to the bottom, okay? I will go back and fix that, or sometimes I fix that and I put a name on it. You can fix it prior. I did not paint it. If you want the bottom to be a specific color, let's say you're doing purple, you would spray paint that purple. You can spray paint the whole cup purple if you want to, okay? You don't have to paint your cups with these. But I do have this on the bottom. Hero Glitter. That's right, Diana's Hero Glitter. You can find one of them on childsandchilds.co. You can find MicahManiaForYou.com and Hero Glitter. That is Miss LaDonna's, and she is on Shopify. Shopify. I had to think about it. I was going to say Etsy, and that's not right. You can do this any way you want. You can start at the top. You can start at the bottom. You can start in the middle. Okay? Super easy. You want kind of a heavy coat. So this is a whole lot different from doing your crackle medium. You want a lot of Mod Podge. And the reason being, if it's too thin, it's going to start lifting. If it starts lifting, you're going to have to work with that material for a while. Okay? So give yourself kind of a heavy coat. I'm just brushing down, working it all the way around because I want to cover the whole cup except my bottom. Okay? Sometimes if you start just a little off the top, you don't get that. See it on the inside? The little bubble? So I do try and start maybe a 1/4 inch off the top or something, just so I don't have such a mess inside the cup later to worry about cleaning up. You can clean these up just like you do a glitter cup, okay? And some of y'all have already worked with Mod Podge, and y'all are probably the super bomb because I don't. This is a devil's glue. Just gonna be honest with you. I don't do much Mod Podge because it's the devil's glue. You either can love it or you can hate it. Okay? So, this is my mock stand. Y'all do not laugh, but it does work. Okay? It's inside a cup in a pool noodle. So what I'm doing, because the cup is upside down, don't do the first mistake I ever made. Okay? I made a big mistake one time and put it on. Have you ever done a denim cup? Yes, I have. I did them with some old blue jeans that I couldn't squeeze myself in no more. And I cut them up around the thigh, and I put them, had a lot of extra material, but I put it on a 30-ounce standard cup, and it was super cool. The only thing I had a problem is I wanted the Levi's symbol on there too, and I couldn't figure out how to do it. So if you do one, I want to see it, okay? I jumped on. So you sanded, spray painted, and now you're Mod Podging. Actually, I bought this cup, this color. It's white because you see I didn't spray paint the bottom, and I was telling everybody I was trying to find my fabric. So I resorted to this, okay? So yes, sand, prep, wash, spray paint, get ready. You don't have to spray paint a fabric tumbler. The only thing I would tell you to spray paint if you're using fabric is if you're using that spandexy lycra material. I did a mermaid tumbler with the mermaid material that's kind of made out of spandex. I know you've seen it if you've been in the craft stores. When you pull that just the slightest, you can see under it, so you're going to see that silver. So with that particular material, because it's black with turquoise and pink and things like that, I base coat my cup pink. Now listen, I got to get going on this because it does dry fast, okay? Turn it upside down because your cup is upside down. The first time I did it this way. Don't make that same mistake. Just giving you some FYI, okay? So we're going to turn it upside down. We're going to look at where it's going. Remember, I have a little lip, and I know exactly where I need to be. If you can't remember, my little trick is fold it down where you want it to go, okay? It doesn't have to be perfect. All I'm doing is folding it and giving it a little crease, and I can see that, okay? We're going to start at the bottom of the cup. My light got dark in here. I'm going to cut a few lights on. Looks like it's fixing to storm here, okay, guys? So I'm going to give y'all some light on the subject. If it's too much glare, you let me know, okay? I try to be over-prepared now because we used to have crises in the back in the day when we was in the kitchen. So we're going to start at the bottom. I'm going to attach it. Doesn't matter where it's going. You can do this in a rolled towel. Some of you have those awesome cup racks. You can use a cup rack, okay? Now once I get it just to here where my fingers can hold it, okay? Everybody does these different. I pull my material up, okay? I'm going to press it down, and then I'm going to start rolling it around, okay? I'm going to take this, and I'm going to roll it just to the edge, and it's going to flop over, and that's fine. Now look, I thought I was in the right spot. It's a little off. Can you see that? Good thing about Mod Podge, if you work fastly, we can slide all this up and straighten it out, okay? That's the wonderful thing about Mod Podge. I'm going to show you how I do it. I'm trying to keep you in the camera. We're going to pull it up a little bit. And this happens to everybody. Some people, like I said, can whip these things out in a heartbeat. But I'm going to push it up just a hair. So about right there. Okay. Now, as you're doing this, you're working your fingers around. You're smoothing this down, okay? You're going to get these little bitty air bubbles in here. Not air bubbles because this is fabric. But all I'm doing is smoothing it down. So when this Mod Podge dries, guys, this cup is done. Okay? All right, so this side is done. It's stuck down real good. I don't want to play with it too much because if I move it too much, I won't have much Mod Podge to hold my seam. Okay? So there's the seam. It's stuck down really good. It is not straight. We're going to make that straight here in a minute, okay? Remember, we never trimmed it. I didn't get to show you. But the top of my cup is covered. I've got a little bitty lip at the top that I'll wind up cutting later, okay? Now I need to work out the little crinkles on this side, okay? Now remember, this is the bottom of my cup. So some of this is going to be cut off. If you have a shirt, and like I said, I'm going to attach some measurements to the top when we get done so you can see it. So if you wanted something at the bottom that's on a particular t-shirt or jeans or a piece of material you're using, you'll have to use the measurements I'm going to give you and come in and cut that material to that size because I'm going to lose some of this. The biggest thing my husband wanted on this cup was to run in the sun. Okay? So we're going to bring this piece of material back over on this side. Make sure that it's good and straight on the top. I do have a lip. It's not pressing down real good, so I'm going to pull it real tight. Okay, press it there to the seam. It's not going to stick, remember? Okay, I'm going to work out all my little crinkles here. There's my seam. You can see it perfectly. And I'm going to pull that around. There's my seam there. You can see it perfectly. All I'm trying to do, I'm taking you off camera. I'm sorry. My eyes can't focus in that close. Okay, so this cup, when you look right here and you can see it's super tight. Super smooth. I got a little bubble right there. I can feel it. Okay. Can you hear my puppy in the background? Y'all, I'm telling you. Let me tell you about... Somebody said my crash space. Look, I got cups hanging in the back. I haven't finished yet. I had to put the game systems in here. So when we do tutorials, you might see cartoons in the back, but they're going to be... You ain't going to hear them. But anyway, that's just to entertain. But I haven't put up half my stuff, y'all. It's pitiful. So this is as tight as I want it. Okay. Now... we're going to work on the seam when this dries. If we work on it now, but the trick to this is make sure you're pushing on the seam. I'm going to show you the seam. You're going to be able to see it. Some people cut it now. I don't like to cut it because it's still wet, and if I play with it too long, I can come back and cut this and it's 110% better. Some people take this material, fold it under to meet their seam, but then you've got this big knot right there. Okay, I promise you, my seam is way back here. But when we cut this, we're going to cut just a little above. You're going to see how it works, okay? So this is done. Now, I'm just working out a few spots that I feel that I'm not happy about, which is right at the bottom. Now, I'm going to show you something. I didn't get to show you this a while ago, but you can see this. All right, I'm going to see if you can see this. So, you know, I cut it pretty straight. So this cup says a 20-ounce skinny, but I'm going to be honest with you. If you look at it just right, it is tapered. Can y'all see that? It's not the print. The cup is a little tapered. So make sure whatever you want in the middle is pretty much straight. That's why I got a little more fabric on this side than I do this side. Okay? So just make sure whatever you're doing is straight where the eye focus is. Okay? So guys, this is done. Now I'm going to show you another little trick. You do not have to do this. Does it mess it up? No. Somebody's going to say it does, but I promise you it doesn't. Because I don't sit in my craft room all day. Because there's usually 50 things going on. Or I'll start working on another cup. Y'all, I got these bag of rubber bands at the Dollar Tree. Bag of rubber bands at the Dollar Tree. I usually take just one and put it at the very top. Because I'm going to be cutting it. Everybody remember? So I'm going to put it right at the edge on the top. Just to hold my seam so it doesn't flop over. Okay? I'm going to make sure everything's still tight. It's still really, really tight. You know, Mod Podge dries pretty quick. I'm going to squeeze it right here so I know where my bottom is. I'm going to flip the cup over. I kind of twist just to give me a little bit more room to work. But you figure out what works best for you. You don't have to do these cups the way I'm doing them, okay? I just want you to know. Somebody says, I'm trying to figure out how you do crafts with all your jewelry on. I have to take off 2 rings. I can take off this one and this one when I'm doing epoxy. Because it'll make lines in my epoxy. I hope y'all are still here. All the comments stopped. Somebody send me something. Somebody talk to me. Talk to me. I see a heart. That works. I just don't know if I got comments. I'm hoping I didn't die. All right. I got Angel's the last person. She came on and is joining us. She's watching. Natalie Wood was the last comment I see. That's the last one I see. I got a bunch of likes. There it is. Sabrina got me. Hey, Sabrina. We are here. All right. Here we go. So I got a rubber band at the top and a rubber band at the bottom. That's the edge of my cup. Okay. We'll cut above that. But this is basically to keep your flap on so that the weight of it doesn't come off while this is drying. Okay. We're going to leave it like this. When it dries, we're going to come back. We're going to Mod Podge. We're going to cut. We're going to cut. Then we're going to Mod Podge the outside. It's the only way to get this to see. Oh, there's all my comments. I see y'all now. All right. Somebody said it sounds like I'm from North Carolina. I'm from South Carolina. I was born in Michigan. You can't tell it, but I was born in St. Clair, Michigan. But I live in South Carolina now. I've lived all over North and South Carolina, really. I lived in Raleigh. I lived in Charlotte. I lived in Sanford, North Carolina. I lived in Myrtle Beach, Columbia, and Pickens, and Greenville, and Easley, kind of all over this area. I couldn't figure out where I wanted to be. But we have bought this house. I'm not moving no more. I'm 51 years old 2 days ago. Yeah, 2 days ago, I turned 51. I told my I ain't moving no more. They should put me in a casket. So anyway, y'all, this is it. That's all you do to a fabric tumbler. We're going to come back, though. Very possibly, and I said this before, I need to tell y'all something. I need to apologize to y'all. I'm going to give y'all an apology, and if people didn't come on live and they don't rewatch it, I hate that because I want to make sure that everybody knows something. For a while, before I went out for this little 2.5 week, 3 week surgery, not expenditure, it wasn't expenditure, we won't talk about that, but this adventure I've been on with my back, thank you for the happy late birthdays. I got very behind with y'all. Meaning I said I would come on at a certain time and I never made it back. Y'all, I'm a hot mess. Woo! Oh, look at that. I would tell you I'd come back and I wouldn't, but there were a lot of times I just want y'all to know that I'd lay there in the bed and be hurting. And wishing that I could sit up long enough to do a tutorial with y'all. I missed y'all so bad. I really wanted to, but y'all deserve an apology because a lot of people would sit around really and wait and wonder because I never really put on there that I wasn't going to be able to come back. And that is my apology to you. I want you to know that I do appreciate every one of you for tuning in and watching things that we do. And I've gotten a lot of ideas, girl. Listen, girls and guys, because I know there's some guys on here, but I'm going to be honest with you. I'm getting ready to get cranked back up. We're going to crank it up. We're going to have lives 3 to 4 times a week on this page. 3 to 4 times a week, hopefully, on Childs and Childs. I haven't talked to them yet. We've talked, but not talk. So I'm hoping if they're still on here, they're game for that. Because I got a lot of glitter to use. I got a lot of glitter. Y'all, they got some pretty stuff. I'm hoping that I can be on Micomania a couple days a week. Because they have several people that do lives on there. And they're amazing at molds. If you do a lot of molds and things like that. I'm not great with molds. I make a few for myself or friends. But that's about, I don't sell molds. So I'm hoping that we're going to be going live for me 3 to 4, at least 3 to 4 times a week is what we're going to do. So let's do this. Somebody saying no apologies needed. I've had back problems and no recovery. I'm telling you, girl, I can wake up one day and walk and do a cartwheel. Not really do a cartwheel, but I can do a cartwheel. Some days I get up and it's hard to get to the restroom. So there, it's a given. It's what it is. There's my little land. Some say hey. Say hey. Damn, yes. All right. My other one just left, and I had my other grandson here for 2 days. I was so excited. My little Braxton was here. I got to see my twin grandbabies yesterday, so it's been a wonderful week. And there's a few people, they're going to know who they are, and one of them has a package coming, so she'll know who she is. And I'm saying that because there's been some people, and y'all are on here, I see your names, who have reached out to me and checked on me. So I just want y'all to know that meant a lot. It really did. There's not, as you get older, you kind of lose a lot of friends, and y'all are my friends. So I want to thank you. We are going to come back on here after I feed my husband. Okay, it's time to go cook some dinner. So we're gonna cook some dinner. We're gonna feed my husband. We're gonna come back tonight. We're gonna go ahead and trim this up. I'm gonna show you how this little cup turner works because we talked about it. So I'm gonna go put it together. Y'all are gonna see this work, okay? Because my other member got covered in oil. We're going to Mod Podge it again. And then you're going to be ready to go in epoxy. Okay? All right, so listen. Y'all got my makeup on running. Lord, have look. Okay. We're going to come back. Let's see what time it is, because I'm not going to lie to you. It's 6 o'clock. The people who needed me to do this tutorial at 5 are usually over on the West Coast. So let's do 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. That's about 6 o'clock for my people on the West Coast. And unfortunately, I got a few from Australia that come on here, and I don't have your time exactly set. But at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, give or take 5 to 10 minutes, okay? I will post about 15 minutes prior. That's going to be my key. In 15 minutes, I'm coming live. But I'm going to make a promise to you, regardless of what happens, I'll be doing it live from the ER if I got to. But we're going to get it done, okay? So at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to see you back. We're going to finish up this cup. Then we're going to go ahead and tell you what we're going to be working on next time, which will probably be Saturday. I might even throw another one in tomorrow. Y'all, I got a couple cups I've got to do. I've got 2 started for a customer. She had one for her and her husband. They're already started. I can't show you those, but I will start. How about we do a galaxy tumbler? If anybody's seen my galaxy tumbler, we'll do a galaxy tumbler. And then possibly a storyboard. Some people wanted to do a Cricut tutorial. I have a Cricut maker with Cricut Design Space, so we may be doing that too. Okay, so y'all stand by and get ready. We're going to get it cranked up. We're going to learn some stuff together, okay? And y'all know sometimes they don't turn out all the way I want them to. But we're going to mess it up together, okay? Y'all have a good night. Stay blessed and hug somebody. I know COVID's scary, or at least walk up to them and give them a compliment. Remember, we all believe the same, y'all. Love each other. Bye.